To make these socks I'm going to be using this yarn, Cotton Soft Crush by King Cole, colour shade Willow 2430. And these 4mm double pointed knitting needles. To get started I'm going to cast on in multiples of 4. So I like to work this way because I'm making a ribbed effect for the band, and multiples of 4 are, in my experience, the neatest way to start. So once you've cast on your stitches, if you've cast onto one needle to begin with, as I have, you want to spread your stitches between the other needles. So I have 40 stitches and I'm going to keep 16 stitches on this one, which will become my central needle. And for the other two, I'm going to slip over 12 stitches on each at each side. So after you've transferred your stitches, if you began that way, you can start the first part of your pattern. For the band, I'm going to be doing 10 rows of knit 2, purl 2. And I always tie the tail end of the yarn to the working yarn before I'm starting my first row. This is probably just me, but I find it helps to prevent laddering at the beginning. But if you prefer not to work with knots, you can skip this part. So to begin, I just want to pull my yarn up between the needles. And I'm going to start the band. So I'm just going to knit 2, purl 2 all the way around, and I'm going to repeat this until I've completed row 10. So that's the first row done, and basically I just want to continue doing this the same way as I did the first time for the next 9 rows. So once you've completed your first 10 rows, you can switch to the next part of your pattern. So from row 11 until the point where I'm going to add the shaping for the heel, I'm going to knit every stitch for each row this time. So once you've knitted your first row of the main part of your pattern, you can just carry on doing the same thing all the way around for your next row, and just do this until you've got the bit with the band and the rest of it long enough to where you want to turn for your heel. And you should end up with something that looks like this. It may be longer or shorter depending on how you wanted your socks to look. For mine, I've done 10 rows of the band and 20 rows to get to the next point where I'm going to begin the shaping for the heel.